Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. Bruno. Welcome to another Community Roundtable discussion. And in today's episode, we plan to discuss the tangible benefits of the several projects going on in Dominica for the ordinary citizens. I mean, we have an international airport project going on. We have uh, the current airport, the Douglas Charles Airport, in the outside world is known as an international airport too. Um, there's an airport expansion going on there as well. We are told of geothermal project. We are told of a cable car, and a few other things going on. But what sort of tangible benefits are there for the ordinary citizen? Well, before I go into this, let me just reach across to Mr. Bruno and wish him a pleasant afternoon and welcome, sir.
Merci, Fue. Thank you. Good to be here. It's a pleasure to join you again. And as I was preparing last night mentally, for the program, I was saying, boy, I really wish that I had done this earlier in terms of trying to develop a different political thought. And I lament the fact that I had not stepped forward to at least begin the conversation. But it's never too late to do good. And I'm happy to be here with you, Carlos, as often as you would like me to be here, to express viewpoints on political developments in Dominica at this very important juncture. So thanks again.
You're very welcome, brother. And before we go into this program, I'm not sure if we're going to go for the entire hour, but we do have to put the information out there as is necessary for the general public. Um, Alex, I noticed a video making the rounds recently, and talking about mega projects going on in Dominica, making Jamaica tremble. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yes.
And should I say, one of our esteemed Dominican reporters asked the PM about this in his press conference held this earlier this week, last week, sorry, a few days ago, and he indicated that it may not be true and it's not coming from our government. I'm not sure. Do you think we should share that with our people at least a couple minutes?
I think it would be worth the effort to show a minute or two of the video in question and say something about it. You already said that the Honorable Prime Minister said that. What did the Honorable Prime Minister say?
He said it's not from the government, and that's not true.
Also, the Prime Minister said that the video does not come from the government. So, did the government sanction it? Was he pressed on that?
Well, it was not pressed further.
Because you see, Carlos, my mind always go into places when situations like that are brought up because I'm an analyst, a strategist. If the Prime Minister said it did not come from the government, that does not mean the government didn't sanction it. Probably could have come from another party representing the government. Was the esteemed journalist who exchanged words with the Prime Minister, did he come back with another question? So,
No,
okay, so are you saying that you have no knowledge of it and that is not a video that was sanctioned in any way by the government?
That's true.
That never happened?
That did not happen.
Wow.
That did not happen.
Because we haven't much to go with. What did the Prime Minister exactly say? That is not what did he say?
I can't remember his word for word verbatim what he said.
But you see, right now you're even not even sure. You see, when you push for answers, because it would be nice, helpful to hear the Prime Minister word for word. Because you could say one thing which is true, but something else is also true that you did not say. So let us take it for the Prime Minister. Let's take it for granted that the Prime Minister really meant that it is not from the government The government has no knowledge of that. The government denies it. The government wants to take it off the record. So let's hope all of that is true. And if that is the case, the video we're going to show, I guess it's hatchet work, it's fake, a deep fake about our country. So let's play a couple minutes, Carlos, and then we will make a little statement about the things we would have seen in that video.
Yes, I think so. Folks, just hold a second. We're gonna share with you a couple minutes of this video. Maybe just a minute and something. Oh wow, Alex, I think I just closed the
Carlos,
closed the.
boy, you losing your onion. Since you're a politician, then you're losing all your skills, boy, as a videographer, or whatever it is.
But you look at and this politics thing takes a lot of time. You have to focus.
Oh, you know that? Oh, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
Politics is a full-time career, man, full-time vocation, man, full-time job. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, folks. Here we go.
Beautiful Caribbean island with a lot to offer tourists. In recent years, the government of Dominica has been investing in a number of mega projects to improve the island's transportation, energy, and water systems. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the top ongoing mega projects in Dominica, starting with
Number 13.
Dominica International Airport. Dominica International Airport is currently being built at Canterfield. The new airport will replace the present one, which is too tiny to allow larger planes. The new airport, which will be able to accommodate up to 1 million people per year, is anticipated to be completed soon. Dominica's tourism and trade are projected to benefit from the airport.
Number 12.
Dominica Marriott Resort and Spa. The Dominica Marriott Resort and Spa is a 300-room resort in Portsmouth that is currently under construction. Marriott International is building the resort, which is set to open soon. The resort will have a casino, spa, golf course, as well as a number of restaurants and bars. It is estimated to provide approximately 1,000 construction jobs and 500 permanent employment once completed.
Number 11.
Dominica Deep Water Port. The new port is being built to allow larger ships to dock in Dominica. The port is expected to boost trade and tourism in Dominica. The port is expected to be completed soon.
Number 10.
Dominica Geothermal Power Plant. The Dominica Geothermal Power Plant is currently under construction in Scott's Head. The new power plant will generate clean and renewable energy for Dominica. The power plant is expected to reduce Dominica's reliance on imported fossil fuels and help to protect the environment.
Number 9.
Dominica National Stadium. The new stadium will seat 15,000 people and will be utilized for athletic events and concerts. The stadium is scheduled to be finished shortly. The stadium is projected to significantly increase Dominica's tourism sector.
Number 8.
Dominica Cultural Center. Dominica Cultural Center is a brand new cultural facility in Roseau, Dominica. It is currently under development and should be finished shortly. A theater, museum, and library will be part of the complex. It will serve as a center for Dominica's arts and culture. The theater will have a seating capacity of 1,000 people and will host a range of activities such as plays, concerts, and dance recitals.
Yeah, so we have some problems there.
Alex, what is the first problem you see in that video?
Well, it's a video that was produced before the stadium was commissioned. It said that when completed, and the stadium was completed a few years ago. So that's so it's
Well, you say a few years ago, like it was completed in 2019.
That video could have, yeah, that video could have been. That video is about maybe 5 years old, I think. Based on what I see, well, going to the stadium and the language of the video, it seems to be at least a 5 years old. That's what one of the things I catch from the video. In addition to everything else, I mean, geothermal in Soufriere, a national cultural center, a golf course at Marriott in Portsmouth, way on the sea. I mean, so there's a lot of discrepancies and problems with that video.
There's also an international airport in Kenfield.
Yes. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I would have to agree that it is not true.
I don't think our government would be that foolish to put out
Yeah,
a
it could
video
have
like
been.
the
Yeah,
video
that
came out
is.
about 10 days ago,
But,
and it has been making the rounds and generating a lot of discussions.
but
Uh,
even if another side was doing it to make the government look bad, but why say Kenfield for the airport? You know what I'm saying? Why talk about a golf course on the facility in Portsmouth when there is no foreseeable land, even for a garage, much as for a golf course? Um, a geothermal in salt Soufriere. Who would even think of that? Soufriere is so active with all this, you know, live heat, volcanic activities. Not really, active volcanic, but there's so many underwater, underthing activities, undersurface activities taking place in Soufriere. No one would even think of exploring for geothermal. It's just too fragile.
and we just declared Dominica a sperm whale nation
Yeah, habitat. Yeah,
right in the same area.
yeah. So it's a bit older. I would say 5 years. And boy, I would be very shocked if the government had sanctioned a program like that. I'm going to take the responsible road and say that I would have to agree that with the prime minister. That what did the prime minister say, Carlos? What did the prime minister say?
His government did not sanction that video.
Yeah, but somebody did it. Maybe some private interest did something for somebody to maybe sell something, and they did a poor job at it.
You are a very wise man. You're a very wise man.
So although the government may not have said, "Look," and branded it, but it somebody knows about that video, and I think it could have been the case that that video might have been used to create some commercial interest and to exchange commodities on behalf of our country. Whoever is responsible and benefited from it, I do not know, but I would like to call Carlos on the government.
And we should, as a responsible government, they claim to be.
Yeah,
You need to reach out to your foreign agencies, whether it be Scotland Yard, the FBI. No, this video is on YouTube. That means it's part of Google. It's
yeah.
not it's not hard to put a case in court and submit the stuff to Google and get to find out who exactly the person is who is
Well,
behind that video.
to get a matter filed, you need a defendant. You do not know who, so you cannot file as yet. But certainly the government should open an inquiry. And you can start it for our police. Start it for our police. The Financial Intelligence Unit, the CID, go to the regional security people, against Scotland Yard, as you said, the FBI, the CIA. And somebody should be able to come up with something, because I believe our government, and this is damning, this is just so not right. And that should not be swept under the carpet. So officially, we're asking the Honorable Prime Minister and the government of Dominica to launch an investigation into the production of that video, because we will, when we become the government, it could be 10 years from now, 100 years, we will investigate that video because we have it. Find out who did it and who benefited from that video and see whether it connects with the government in any way, shape, or form. We hope it doesn't. But there should be an investigation. And I'm hoping, Carlos, that the government is hearing us and they would react.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Remember, we're not condemning the government. We're not saying that the government is at fault.
No, but we're saying that the government should do the right thing and follow up on that video, find out the source of it, find out, get to the bottom of it.
And punish the person responsible for it severely. Make an example of them, because our government has gotten enough bad name. Some of it's unforced errors, some is self-inflicted. But if this one is, you have nothing to do with this one, well, make an example of somebody, you know. If it's Carlisle John Baptist or Curtis Matthew responsible, let us know. I don't think it's these two esteemed gentlemen at all.
No,
Because
no,
these
no.
two guys are wonderful Dominicans who would not do that. But I just call their names because these guys, I know they are people who who understand the business, and you can make a little joke with these guys. I wouldn't call a name, for instance, like
Don't call it name. If
oh,
you know, if you if you know, if you know the person cannot take a joke, why you go? Come on, man! No, don't do that.
boy, you caught me right in time. Yeah, here, but our government should really investigate this matter. Just beginning for our CID, because we have some good investigators in the CID. When there is no government interference, these guys do what they have to do. So just let them do the investigation, and let's get some regional help. Let's get international help, and let's see what happened in that video. That video is just is a macaque, and somebody I think made a profit on it. Let's find out who, and let's send them to jail.
But Alex, this video also highlights certain things
Mhm.
because supposedly we do have an international airport project going on in Dominica right now. As we speak, there's excavation being done. There have been equipment brought in. If you see, this I got from the international airport.
Yeah,
You understand, and you can see in the background there, you can see some work is being done. Um, the Prime Minister has also boasted in his last press conference that the only way you can actually see the work is from above, in the aerial views, or if you get onto the site itself. But they're doing lots of work. I can attest that something is happening in that area. You get where I'm coming from? However, Alex, take a little closer.
Mhm.
Take a little closer look at this photo which is on there. How many local equipment do you see in that photo?
Well, I don't know what you mean by local, but everything they're not local. No, it locally is locally here, you know.
No, 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 no. Meaning, do you see
None.
anything? You see something there owned by the Walshes?
No, 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 no.
Do you see anything there owned by Mr. Maglo
No,
or Mr. Loda?
no.
The
Or
big
Mr.
names,
Charles?
the big names in the trucking industry.
No, you can call your name too, and you're a trucker too. Eh?
Yes, but I'm not big like guys like other trucking. You know, these guys are the big guys in the industry, but you don't see the equipment there.
No.
As a matter of fact, we saw multiple boats coming to Dominica, bringing in equipment, and all those equipment being brought across to a site, and work gets done. Now they hired Dominicans to work on it. According to the Prime Minister, there's over 300 Dominicans working on that project. Um, to getting basic pay, I will add, because the daily rate that they paying these guys is not the rate that is standard in the industry in Dominica. So when we talk about tangible benefits, these are the kind of things
So
we refer to.
we're not talking about crumbs. We're talking about big stick interest, vested interest.
There are Dominicans who are overseas. Well, maybe not limited to you. I'm sure you would have been interested in invested in a truck, an excavator, a
A
bulldozer,
100%, my
a
brother. As long as I'm
bulldozer.
sure the truck can get work for the next 2, 3 years to pay the truck off, Carlos, of course. Who wouldn't do
I
that?
and I know of many other Dominicans who were interested in investing with this project in mind.
Of course. I
That
was
was
thinking, yeah,
that
I mean, I
was
would invest too in my property too to develop, to get ready for business. But if we are really doing it, I'm not even sure what's going to happen. I have property in the area that I would have loved to develop. Right now, I want to develop, but I do not know. What am I going to put down $250,000 on the thing, and how is the money going to come back?
right.
Right now, as we speak, Carlos. So I do
I'm
not. Again, So you're saying something that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the prime minister say 300 people are employed. No, I do not know if that's the case, but we could be making way for another 300, 400 to be employed later on if people like me and others with property in the area could invest for when the airport really comes on stream. Give us something to work with. But I'm not getting that.
Alex. I'm going to show you another photo.
We're not getting that, man.
I'm going to show you something else. Do you recognize this area?
Where is that?
Wonderful job done through the assistance of the World Bank,
Yeah.
applied for by our government and done by Mr. Garakan
Mm-hmm.
in the East Coast. This is a section of the road from Bardab to Casaubus. That is
Okay, okay.
that area might be just below Emerald Pool,
Yeah, I know them, man. That's
right?
nice. As we speak.
As we speak, this was recently done. Now, Alex, I welcome this development. We will, and I'm sure I speak for other members of our party
Team.
when I
Oh
say
yeah, man. I'm proud of that development, man. Full free chairs, full credit.
what I
So,
am not proud of, Alex. What I am not proud of is the fact that a lot of our people had to wait for the crumbs at
yeah,
the end. The only thing that our local truckers were really hired to deal with was to carry the asphalt.
the dirty part of the job
Right,
that pays the least money.
right.
So that is not tangible. Yes, there's some work done. Some people make some millions. Garakan for sure. Probably he deserved it. But we should have a few thousand years from that project from Dominica. The people who did that job and who pay, they were able to pay the diesel in their truck to carry the dirty asphalt that they were carrying around the place.
Well, Alex, I can tell you personally about that. I can tell you about that project because I used to work on that project.
Oh, you work on that project?
Yes, I did.
So okay. So I'm going to ask you a question, my friend. If you work on that project, I guess you would carry the asphalt like every other truck.
No, no, no. My job was on a different level.
Also, you were at the top of the food chain.
No, not on the side. On the side,
Or
not on the top.
you were subcontracted by somebody who was contracted.
I was subcontracted to do something else.
So how much money? Okay, let me just ask you how much. So you were able to at least put aside at least a 50, $60,000.
Alex, the money that's been paid is just to buy tires.
Hold on, Carlos. So you were not able to put some money aside at
Money
least.
that's being paid to just to buy tires to operate for the next month. You understand? Granted. These companies don't. They. I mean, yes, you're in business to make money yourself, but it's sorely one-sided when it comes to those companies. And if you talk to older persons who have lived in Dominica and see experience working with those companies, they will tell you these guys don't care. You understand? So I can tell you from a personal standpoint, I did not benefit. As a matter of fact, I think I'm worse off.
Hold on a minute. So, well, that's not fair, Carlos. So there was nothing. That's not fair. I don't even know what to
Yes,
say.
some money was made, some money was made, but when you look at maintenance, things that you have to not just um, maintenance of things that you use, for example, tires, but when you took at maintenance for things for unforeseen circumstances, you don't make enough money to help you block that hole that way. And if I were to go to another project and that is the Douglas Charles Airport expansion, where a firm from Barbados brought in their equipment to do that work. Now, granted, we may not have all what we need to get those work done, right, Alex?
Mhm.
But we are a developing country. If we allow our homegrown businesses to develop, you say, Alex, you want to invest in equipment. You it may be wise that you do crane services. So make sure that you get the best crane. And I just use it as an example because I know one of the companies in Dominica that provides the best services besides World Trucking, other trucking. I also know Galakan has his big crane as well. But I'm suggesting that you allow people to invest in, because look at this big bulldozer that was brought in from Barbados, and just yesterday they carried it back to Portsmouth, the port in Portsmouth, the Longhouse Wharf. It's going to go back on a boat and continue on its journey. This equipment is not going to be here to do something else. We want to make new roads. We want to do more expansions, but we're bringing in equipment that is not of Dominican ownership. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who owns those.
I guess the Chinese, but that excavator did not go back. That go back. That went back after making millions. Why? At least we. That didn't come in here for next to nothing, no.
The
And
Dominicans only came in to carry the the base material, which is the material which is used for compaction. And of course, I'm assuming they will use them to carry the asphalt.
so would it be fair to say that several non-Dominicans would have made millions already on that project, Carlos?
Certainly,
And
certainly.
and is there any Dominican you think that's a millionaire now on that project?
I doubt that. Well, anyway, let's leave that alone.
Are you say holding back, Carlos, on things that you know that you
Let,
don't
let's
want to say?
let's leave that alone. I, I don't want to get sued because I
So,
have
so Carlos, the same Barbados that benefited from us using a business that we have had for 40 years since Hurricane, well, not since Hurricane, since before. Ross, Dominica, they now benefited from that. They are now bringing in equipment to contain whether it's something else, but so that's our government doesn't see something wrong with the picture. Why do we have to be on the receiving end all the time? I mean, we're not against Barbados. I really like Barbados, but why do we have to be on the receiving end? Why are we the little brother when we are supposed to be a big brother? We were a republic before them, before Barbados. Barbados only became a republic now. We were a republic for 40 years before Barbados. So why are we being treated as the out? I mean, as the outcast by our government seemingly? But they're the ones that are doing the work. They're the ones who cause us to lose Ross. And look now, look at this excavator that you show me going
it's
back
a bulldozer.
bulldozer going back to Barbados. You said right?
Yes.
after making millions from here from Dominica.
Yes. And
Isn't
and,
this,
that, and that's just one piece of equipment. They
isn't
also
it,
had excavators and graders and all
but
the stuff going on.
isn't it the same Barbados that has the business, the companies that the charter companies that brought the people into Dominica to vote and amass? Wasn't that where the companies, the flights were booked from now through some charter company in Barbados?
Well, that's why I said I'm pretty certain that if a Dominican became a millionaire, I have no evidence of that, but we will see that in time to come, I assume.
I think you're being too careless, Carlos. You should just say things.
No, 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 no,
Do like some of the people that I know in politics. Just say things, man.
no,
Just
no,
say.
no, 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 no. I'll not be so careless. You say you think I'm being careful, not careless. That I think that's what you want to say.
No, I think you're
Um,
being too careful here. Just say
yeah.
things, man. Just
No,
put
no,
things
no,
out.
no, 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 no,
You know things, just say things.
no, no, no. If I have no time, and Dominic, the average Dominican is also aware of those things, because
So,
if you go and you have a conversation with the average Dominican, they will tell you, I know such and such is for not using a foreign thing word. Let me use our colloquial word. I know that person is a volley, but we waiting for something good, and this is why Team Unity is here. We are here to show difference. We know that Dominicans want something different. We're here, we're working together with our team. We make sure we put a nice team together, and our job is to rescue Dominica. Because if we don't, and I blame you too, Alex, because you are a good man. You are a good man. You should have stepped forward many years ago to help rescue Dominica.
I
But
said that.
not, but that aside, let us move forward and let us continue building. Let us continue working together, build the team, rescue Dominica.
Yeah, because Dominica is not going to go anywhere, essentially. I mean, the management of the country is in a deplorable state. Um, the management of our country's resources can be a problem. We can have rivers dried up and stuff like that. But Dominica essentially will not dissolve, and good leaders will always be needed. So sometimes certain things take time in life. And there are people who believe that you need to be ready to go and win an election right away. I don't subscribe to that. I think if we just have to chisel away, and let the right time comes, and then we will step up and lead our country. Those who fail to do what we are trying to do now, at least they failed for 20 something years, let us try and see how best we can try to redeem the alternative interest in our country's leadership. Because, Carlos, it has been one sided for too long, and it's going to take a little while before it is regularized. But I think, as you said, with what we're doing in Team Unity, we are getting there, and we should be able to be part of a new political reckoning. That's all we are saying.
Alex, I want to show you something, a site which I saw in 2021, and I and I pointed it out on my Facebook page, and that page that post generated 11 shares in matter of minutes, and lots of comments. Right, this is what I'm going to share this with you. This, can you see what's going on here? Can you tell what's going on here?
I don't know, I see a badge,
Right.
and I'm seeing a lorry, well, a truck, a 10 wheeler,
No, that's 12.
a 12 wheeler,
12, 12, 10, 10,
10
10.
wheeler backed up to the badge. I'm not too sure if it's being boarded onto the badge or it's waiting for a payload. I don't think it's being boarded because the badge tail board is still up.
It's
The
down. It's
gate
down.
the
It's
gate is
down.
down. Okay, so Tell me what's happening, my partner. It looked like somebody sneaking behind a bush to take a picture anyway. So what's happening there?
This was in 2021 in Coliho. A barge brought in material from another country into Dominica.
Wait a while. Sand aggregate in Colio?
Into Dominica, right in front of two existing quarries.
But I'm telling you, in Colio, you say, remember, that's sacrilegious. That's an insult. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Where is that sand? Where was that stuff going to and why? Because according to who is getting it, I shouldn't say that.
Also, that material is stockpiled on the highway in Kuli district.
So
That's
where
it.
is it intended to go? Who for
It,
whom?
it was brought in by a foreign company who is working in Dominica, and they they brought in their material to do work in Dominica. Now, if you pay attention, you see a red truck there,
Yes.
right? There were many like that, and that's just one truck at the time doing the offloading. Not only are we not using material from Dominica, well, a company was allowed to bring in material from overseas into Dominica. They they did not see it fit to hire the local truckers to bring in the offload the badge. Now, I assume this came from St. Lucia, our sister island. I'm just assuming. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. Alex, whenever I leave Dominica with my bike to go to St. Lucia, the first thing that they tell us is to ensure that our tires are clean. So you don't bring dirt from Dominica over to St. Lucia. And if that happens, they will impound whatever it is that you come with. Quarantine has to come and take over and so on and so forth. And this now creates multiple problems. We allow the company to bring in material that we produce here. They don't hire our local people to work. They use their own equipment. Well, granted, it's business you're doing, you're trying to be as much cost effective as possible, but we allow them to do that. Third thing, they bring in material which could have been contaminated with some other things that is not local to Dominica.
Yeah.
We already have issues with Black Sikatoka. This came in from another movement from another island. We have the poisonous frogs in and off of the island. And Alex, to hear people talk about it is one thing, but to hear them singing in the night, while at the same time we're talking about our local crapo population down
Yeah.
to 30.
Well, they're going to deplete it. But so that is a serious problem, and the point you're making, and I mentioned that in terms of the management of our resources. When the government does not manage things properly, we can be in serious jeopardy. So the country will not go, but the resources can be depleted. We can have some problems. We could have some dry streams running through. Can you imagine Roseau River not running through Roseau with water anymore?
And it's already very low.
That can be possible. And we can trace back the behavior of the administrators, the policies that are put in place to protect the resources of our country. I mean, like, didn't a minister of trade say that we have no resources to export?
No
So
resource.
when people can think like that, probably they do not know how to manage what we have. And that is where governance comes in for criticism, and where governance is seen as something huge. It is not just who you like and who dances with you, and who smiles. It's who understands how you're going to protect what you have for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So yes, Dominica is there. But what kind of Dominica are we going to have in 20 years? There used to be, Carlos, a time, I don't remember, I didn't live in Roseau at that time, but people would jump in from the bridge into the river. Because if you do that now, it's suicide. And in 20 years' time, you might jump from the bridge to a wash. Is that what we want for our country? And
20 years time, you said it?
I don't know. Maybe it could be less. Could be less, my brother. This is this kind of conversation we have to have instead of calling people names and saying who is cabal and whatever. Let's talk to our people about the state of affairs of our country, the the degradation of our resources. What might be the case in 20 years? You say it's not 20, you say 50, Carlos? 50 years?
I don't I don't think it's going to be that far. If
No,
we
it can't.
continue if we continue along this path, I don't think it's going to be that far.
So that's the message to the people. Let us decide to save our country. Because the government that we have had for the past 20 years, I don't think did that much to, in fact, if we look back at where we were 20 years ago to where we are now, I think we were off.
We are worse off. If we're allowing companies to bring in material,
Bringing stuff that we have here, there's no way any company should be allowed to bring in any material, stone, sand, water, out of Dominica into Dominica for any project being done in Dominica. No matter what grade of material we need, we can have it. If it's tarish, if it's aggregate, if it's anything, we have the material here in abundance
but Alex, that burned me.
to give
That
it.
burned me when I saw that. I had to take the picture.
So some age. Oh, you that took that picture.
I'm the
Oh,
one who took that picture.
oh.
I'm the one who took that picture.
So you should copyright that picture, my friend, because that's a very powerful picture. I mean, aggregates in the land of aggregate, Koliho. No,
Yes.
man. No. Something is wrong, my brother. Something is wrong.
And for any avoidance of any doubt, this happened in 2021.
And you only say that no, one thing, but you go there way. So, so we have like a problem. The people who brought that in had agents who got the badge. The badge made money. The agents make money. Somebody make a few $1 million, to bring those stuff in. It's all about who getting the money. It's not
Voila,
about. It's not
voila.
about preserving our
Uh,
nation.
and I need not remind you that I'm also involved in that sector in some way, shape, or form. So
Yeah.
I have knowledge of about it, how it operates. I guarantee you, somebody not may not be millions, but somebody made a couple hundred thousands.
Wow. Well, that's not good, Carlos.
US,
That's not good. But
US,
close to a million is man.
US, yeah. So no, that's not good. It's not good for Dominica on many fronts. If you notice in that photo, there's not it's not a local truck doing the carrying. If
No.
you look at where other companies do the loading of barges, it's something that is being done regularly in Dominica. It's always local trucks. As a matter of fact, there are guys who own trucks and they survive doing those
But
kind of work,
yeah.
barge work, quarry work only.
But isn't that the truck some Dominica strong thing now? That truck. With that company, did they leave with the trucks or I
Dominica
know
Strong, I
they
think
were
they
packed.
left, they were packing massa. They left with it.
So that's not a Dominica strong truck.
No, I don't want to say that is or it is not, but
Well, tell me what it is. You as the
that's a
investigator.
that's a foreign truck.
So where that truck come from, Carlos? And who owned that truck?
I cannot tell you who owns it. I don't know
You don't want to
who's
tell me.
so it's registered to.
You don't want to tell me.
What I can tell you, it's not owned by an ordinary Dominican. So when we talk about the tangible benefits of being resulted from several projects being done in Dominica, that is an example of there being no tangible benefits.
Some
Understand?
benefit, but not tangible.
Not tangible. It may have been a Dominican driver driving it, because at the end of the day, Dominicans have to feed themselves, they have to feed their families. So if a guy gets to make $50 for his day to drive that big truck, he can buy something, some sugar, some rice, some flour to bring home that he didn't have there before. And
Yeah.
these are actual realities that Dominicans are facing, Alex.
Yeah.
These are actual realities. I see we have a question from from Brother Ricardo sent to me asking if there's any sort of construction being done on a playing field in Pottersville. And to that, Ricardo, I will say yes. It is being used, according to our Prime Minister, for the construction of the Goodwill Secondary School. So they're using a part of the Pottersville Savannah for the construction of the Goodwill Secondary School. I feel
What portion of it?
on the southern side, of the Savannah. So they fenced that an area, and I noticed that they spread dirt, and then they put concrete above the dirt, and they storing whatever I haven't been to town in a couple of days, so I'm not sure what stage they are at right now.
The government of ours, the boy. I do not know about the government, boy. Anyway, boy. Carlos, boy. Anyway, so there is a little mystery that we had with the building, some mysterious building in Roseau, and I'm happy that Narin has claimed.
Oh, you got the owner?
Narin Murphy.
Better known as the trendsetter.
Yeah, the trendsetter said it is his building, his aunt or his grandmother lived for his grandmother. And
Oh, okay,
he
okay,
said
okay.
that whichever grandmother it is not our damn business, but it was willed to him.
Well, congratulations to
Yeah.
trendsetter.
Trendsetter
Congratulations
said
to
it.
him.
Did you see the video? He has the video where he said he owned it.
Oh, I don't think I saw that. Or I may have seen that.
Yeah, man. So we now know the mystery behind that building. Is our brother Trendsetter. I'm so
Well,
happy.
congratulations to him.
Yeah, I'm
I,
so
I
happy that.
guess I'm guessing that's business for his place of employment, the National Bank, and they'll be reaping the benefits from the many deposits that he'll be doing once he starts, engaging in the commercial aspect in that
I
building.
wouldn't put the National Bank in that with him. No, I'll leave him alone in his business. He claimed it, so.
So where is he going to deposit them on?
I don't know.
So the credit union there right next door. To be a shame.
You calling another institution name again, you're looking for trouble. You might say you would be building, I do not know what bank. I used to know there was a very famous bank some time ago, and a fella sang a song about it, Was it
a furry bank?
Hairy Bank? Yeah.
Oh, Harry.
So I don't know about which bank, and don't get me involved in that mix up there.
The bank on the river?
Yeah. But we are living in interesting times in Carlos. I'm so sure that what we are on the right track, my brother, and I'm happy that brother Ricardo has asked a question. It's a gentleman that I have my eyes on, a youngster for the future. I think it's a man who understands development. He's someone we should seek to try to work with, Carlos. I'm not too sure how close you are to him, but he's a good gentleman. He does good contents, and I know his family well. I think he's my family too.
Ricardo
So
is a brethren. Ricardo
Mr.
is
Sentimi
a good
should
guy.
be embraced and invite him to have conversations too. I know he used to be on once in a while with Oscar. Carlos, you should have him back.
I'll work on that. I'm sure Ricardo will be happy to give us some time so we can engage. Probably we can get him to come and talk about the new services that his company in Dominica is now offering.
Yeah.
Because as that is groundbreaking, Alex, because that is now making him a pioneer once again in the funeral business. they're taking care of the dead because their company, the Northeastern Funeral Association, would be the first company to now offer cremation services in Dominica. Gone are the days I was told that some of our cremation in the past would have been handled by Ross.
Oh, okay. Oh, they had a crematory at Ross as
I think
well.
there was a crematorium at Ross in Portsmouth.
They had to have been because when they after they used the cadavers,
Yeah.
because they used them for an entire school year, I think, and after all the little whatever has to be done, they had to dispose of the remains, the human remains properly. So I guess they would have had that there.
So Ricardo, we can probably make it a date for within the next couple of weeks. At
But you
least
always saying that I'm not seeing them man on. You promised to have our sister, what's her name?
you
Petra, who is doing
you
some wonderful work for shipping
you
logistics. My brother, I'm going to stop coming on the program, so you can bring other people. You're just too
Petra,
comfortable with
Petra is doing some big business
You're too
in,
comfortable with
in
me. I'm not going to keep on coming. Call Petra and other people. They have voices too, my brother.
they'll be on. Have no fear, my brother.
I'm
But
not.
you see, the other thing is, Alex, we have to remain current as well.
Yeah, oh yeah,
So,
that's true. That's true.
so the issues that we're speaking of are things
Mhm.
that are things that we should be dealing with right away.
Yeah,
If you check back in our programming history, we have had many different persons on, and I
yeah, that's true.
throw it out there for Brother Sentami to come on in the future. I'm not sure
That
if
is
he'll
true.
come on next
And
week or the week after. But certainly let's Ricardo, let's try and make a date at least before Christmas, so you can get on and we can talk about the funeral business. You can talk about how it started in Dominica. I think yourself and another company would have been the first set to provide those services in Dominica.
I think wasn't his father. I think, boy, I want to believe that Eastern Funeral Nifa might have been. No, I think there is one company that might have. I think they were the second, a very close second, but the first association,
Yes,
the first to do what they're doing, the first and only to do what they're doing. I'm not sure what that other one, Gentle Rest, is doing not now, but I know
oh,
Northeast
he just confirmed that they opened the first funeral home in Dominica.
before Linus
That's what he just confirmed.
or funeral home or who provided the services. Did wasn't another company providing services before them? And then they became the first association,
But Alex,
first funeral
this
home.
yes, but this and more we can go in depth when Ricardo Sentami, representing the Northeastern Funeral
NIFA
comes on to talk about the history of his funeral home,
and his family's
his,
legacy as well.
right, the background and their new services.
When you hear the name Izoka, the people in the north and northeast know
I,
exactly.
that was the first time I heard that name was a friend of mine, you know.
Izoka is a massive name, like Izoka SB, and them names. These are big Wesley names. Joff, you just have to just one name you have to drop there, and that goes. Tiole, those names are huge names, my brother. So have them youths on. I mean, it's true that everybody will not be comfortable to deal with the issues as you and I are dealing with it because I have nothing to lose. I have no axe to grind. You too. You are a politician. But people like Mr. Sentami, who is not a politician, these guys are also important. They are business people. So I am demanding that you give me a break and get those business people on, line them up.
Line them up, eh?
Because if not, I'll pull a strike on you, eh?
Alex, you know you cannot do that. So I'm not going to pay that strike caller. I pay it a serious mind as the other strikes we see in Dominica.
Don't get me started on other strikes because I have a lot to say. I really don't want to really criticize anybody, but we have to get serious. I think right now the president, former president, who is now a private
A private
citizen,
citizen.
he should be used. He's a consultant.
He
He
can,
should be a strike consultant, and people should pay him good money to help them to show them how to strike effectively. And if I'm going to do a strike in Dominica, I'm going to my dear friend Mr. Savre to get help. Because to me, too many failed strikes in Dominica, man, and protest, man.
but yes, Alex, to go back to our topic for our discussion today, the tangible benefits for Dominican citizens on the several projects in Dominica. I don't see it.
No,
I
they
don't
do
see
not
it.
exist.
I haven't seen the any house being built as a result of the Roseau to Portsmouth major highway that we say that we claim that we received. I saw a road being resurfaced, and as recently as today, at this second, persons are not able to use the entire Salisbury Highway, and they have to use a bypass because the a section of the road is falling apart. Now, if you're a working government with the information that I know you have that information. You know the condition of every waterway, every bridge, every culvert. The Ministry of Public Works knows the condition as far as having photos of those areas. You would know that certain areas are falling apart. It is inexcusable for you to allow the Alex. This is a
You're starting a new conversation
yeah.
there, and you just have a minute to end your program. So, partner, you're on your own if you want to start there. But I am ready for you to say, sign the die on this program. I really did enjoy this program, Carlos. I am getting very comfortable having the conversations with you because you are smart, you are astute, you are cordial, and you are funny. These are the traits of successful politicians. That's why I'm sure you're going to go places, my brother. Just keep communicating on the level of the people.
That's what I'm trying to do, Alex.
Keep it up.
I will keep doing this work for Dominica and continue building the team with TUD to rescue Dominica from the unfortunate situation that we have
From the
found ourselves.
political stalemate on both sides.
Yes.
That is what it is.
All right, folks. So those who tuned in, I see we had comments from our dear sister Petra and Ricardo and others. We thank you for
And you
your
don't read
comments.
our sister Petra. At least read one comment from Petra. Carlos, why you not do sister Petra, Carlos? That's my family, you know.
Oh, when last you talked to your family?
Oh, let me call her all those.
but she made a comment on the video. She said that it's a video to open the eyes of the people on some projects that the public has no idea existing.
Yeah, I think that is a problem video, boys. I think that's a racket video, my brother. But I cannot credit it to anybody. I shouldn't. I don't have the facts. Let us investigate that video.
Our government, investigate this video, please.
And throw
get
somebody
to the bottom of it and take the actions that need to be taken.
Yeah,
take
man.
The actions that need to be taken.
Yeah. I'm not an investigator. I can't go and investigate. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not an investigator. I'm a strategist. I'm an educator. Let an investigator do the investigation. And if any politician is involved in investigating that video, I tell them that is a wrong move. Do not play investigator if you are not. Be a politician. Let other people do their job. Thank you very much.
Folks, on behalf of myself and the rest of the team, thank you, Mr. Bruno, for joining us. See you the next time. Probably next time we might have Petra or Ricardo or
Yeah,
someone.
business. If you when you call me, you don't get me. You'll find out.
You will find yourself.
Okay, Majo. Cheers.
Good afternoon, everybody.